So you're producing the show, huh?
We.
Badass.
Yes. Takeoff Comedy, Hotel Cafe.
I mean, it's great that you do it because you get to get up.
Yeah, it's good because we're the only comedy show at the Hotel Cafe. It's one of we're the premier venue.
Oh, Tony's going to fight you.
I love you.
When did you start comedy? When did you were like, okay, so he's a doctor. When were you like, I'm going to be done? He's still docked still. You still dock.
No, it was weird why I got in comedy. This is true. I always loved comedy, but to me, comedy was like I only watched BET comedy.
Okay.
Like back home, so comedy was always like, it was just like really funny, outgoing, loud black guys, and I was like, well, that's not me. Like I liked it, but I can never. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then I came out to LA with my brother a couple of years back. My brother went to a David Cho gallery for an art gallery.
Yeah.
And he went, and I had nothing to do, so I just went back to back at the Comedy Store. And then I saw people do the same kind of stuff, but tweak it a little bit back to back. And I was like, oh, now I get it. I could do this.
100%. Okay, so I
was like, it's a skill. But before, I just thought it was like extroverts yelling whatever the hell they wanted
I thought
to yell.
they were coming up with it like then.
Yeah.
But I saw Dane Cook. So I really got into comedy with Dane Cook.
Okay.
And then I saw him at the Comedy Store, like, but way before. Like, this is right when I moved here. So I'm at the Comedy Store, and he did some bit. And then I went, like, 2 weeks later to the Laugh Factory, and he was just there. And he did the same bit. And I was like, oh.
I know. No,
so they do that.
My first show that I saw was a who's the guy that does Dr. Phil?
Oh, Adam Ray.
It was Adam Ray and Friends. It was David Spade, Tiffany Haddish, back when she was long hair with a backpack, pretending to be stupid, watching YouTube clips.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn with a wife beater and mullet.
Oh,
like
God.
in the height of him,
classic
like
Theo
murdering. Howie Mandel was the special guest. He was getting ready for JFL, and then like a bunch of other like kill. It was like a crazy lineup, and it was just like, oh. And then I went and saw the original room where they were just like practicing stuff. And,
yeah. Oh, that rule. That's a great show.
Yeah. So then that was like the height of it. I was like, oh, damn, I understand it now.
So that's how you got in, like.
So then I started in Toronto, Hamilton area. Did that.
Obviously crushed.
Moved to Michigan. No, I didn't. Open mic at Yuck Yucks was the first one. Had a panic attack, almost left. Didn't.
Really? On stage?
No, but before. I was
because you were like nervous to go up.
So I took a class at Second City, and then I was like,
shout out.
That was my way of stepping into it, and then I was even scared for that. So I was like, I'll do a mic before that one. And then I went to the Yuck Yucks Club one. And like right before I went on, like a professional comic bumped me. And I was like getting ready. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And then she like could tell I didn't know. So she's like, oh, just so you know, I'm going up like before you. And I was like, oh, thank God. Take all the time you want. She thought I was going to be mad. I was like, no, please.
Please, for real.
You
take
can
actually my slot.
Yeah, you can take my time if you'd like. And then it was fine. I did a good show and went well.
What, you did a stand-up class at Second City?
Yeah. They do improv and in Toronto at least.
Did you do? Because I know you do improv. Like you've done improv.
I don't do improv. I'm not good.
I love improv, but no. So I did. It's improv at Second City, but it's like improv. This I mean, you took those classes, right? Like it's improv the sketch.
Yeah. There's writing. There's sketch. Yeah.
But you did the stand-up class. Then.
I did the stand-up. It was great. And then the second one I started and I left halfway through and I just started doing mics and started doing shows.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And this is in Detroit.
No, this is Toronto. And then I moved to Michigan.
Second City, Toronto. There's a lot of big people from there.
Yeah, and then I moved to Michigan for residency and I just kept doing comedy there. Kind of the Ann Arbor, Detroit, Lansing scenes and Grand Rapids.
We let Canadians be doctors here. So you got your you became a doctor in Canada, huh?
No, Australia.
Oh God, even worse.
Yeah. No, before that.
Okay, so wait, what?
Yeah, I'm from Canada. I did research in Canada, and then I moved to Australia, did med school, lived there for 4 years.
Wow.
And then I came back to Canada and had like a little bit of just time over, and then I went to Michigan, and I lived there for 3 years.
Oh, that's badass.
Now I'm in LA. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
what brought you out here? Job work, or did you want to do stand up?
Stand up
here, yeah.
I mean, both. I came for a sports fellowship, so I did sports. But it was like, you got to go to New York or LA.
You have. I mean, you do.
Like, I love Chicago, and I thought about going to Chicago, but then I was like, okay, wait, but TJ Miller, like all those guys, you're like, okay, you get to the top of Chicago, but then you got to go to New York
You
or LA.
leave. Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, I'll just go to one of those now and try to figure it out.
Yeah, I was huge in Chicago. I had to take off. I had to go. I got to the peak of Chicago.
Chicago's cool because it's like, it was the first place I would go to where it would be a comedy show, but like there'd be improv people at it who are also very funny, but they'd be doing like characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then you gotta like figure out how to follow it when they're like doing these crazy SNL characters. Then I'm like, so how's my mom?
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell?
Oh, it's a total change. I mean, yeah, Second City was like at Second City, Chicago. There were it was so cool because it was so like everybody was like I did IO also in Chicago.
Yeah.
And it was
R.I.P.
R.I.P. brutal.
Why did they close?
COVID murdered them. Well, okay, it was 2 things.
They had an open mic there too.
They had to move, so they were right next to Wrigley Field. Like literally, like they were. You could throw a stone. You could underhand a stone and hit Wrigley Field from IO.
Yeah.
So
they had an open mic for
but they
stand
were
up, I think, there too.
In Chicago, I mean, I don't. Maybe at the new one. I don't think at the old one.
Okay.
But I also wasn't. I never thought about doing stand up until, like, so many people just told me to do it, and I was like, yeah, may as well.
Yeah. Did you start in Chicago?
No, I started here. I started way late.
Chicago's a great
what was
scene.
I saying? I mean,
And it's close enough Midwest where you can, you do Indiana, you do Michigan, you can do all over.
It's the hub. But no, yeah, I started doing the improv. I really started. That's why I love improv. It's so fun.
I'm telling you.
I know you're trying to get me back in.
I'm getting you back in. Dude, you can't be that good at improv and not do it.
Because I don't want to start over. And UCB, like, what are you going to do?
But that's like being a headliner in Michigan and then moving to New York or LA and being like, but I don't want to start over. You're like, your head, like,
I mean, you got to. Maybe we'll talk off the air.
I'm gonna push you into
But I mean, I have been thinking about it because it's just fun. It's also fun to do.
Yeah,
you meet people. It's a blast. So you did UCB.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know what you. No, I did Groundlings.
You did Groundlings.
But
okay.
I don't share this. I understand if you get to the point where you're comfortable in it and you're like, it's fun to play.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, hey. I'm like, please don't call me. Please don't call me.
Oh, see, I love getting up there.
No, they'll call my name. They're like, Andrew. I'm like,
yeah, you just got to get out there.
I don't.
But no, well, what I was saying is like it's at Second City and IO, like Cecily Strong and A.D. Bryant, like that. Like there was a big Chicago like wave that like went in all at the same time into SNL, and it was like bad. It was like because we saw them all the time.
Yeah.
Like it was badass. And then I remember and Tim Robinson. Tim Robinson was like I think at the time like one of the oldest people to get on like start at SNL. It was cool. It was fun.
To me, I didn't know. Like growing up though, I always thought Second City was Toronto because the show was Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Second City technically is Chicago. But like what Second City was famous for TV-wise was all Canadians. Like,
well, I mean,
so I was like,
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Bill Murray, Chicago. Well, Bill Murray, you got Belushi. Both Belushis.
Levitt. What's his name? From
Lovitz?
From Creek. Guy from American Pie.
Oh, yeah.
Levy.
The dad. Oh, yeah. Eugene Levy.
Eugene.
They're Canadian?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude, Eugene Levy. So Eugene Levy was like huge on Second City TV show. He was like the
SCTV, yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy with like the big eyebrows that did like Dracula kind of voices. And then he got American Pie, and then he started blowing up. His son was like a VJ on MTV.
Oh, really?
And he never...
The Schitt's Creek guy?
Dude, he never came out of the closet while on MTV. It was so fun. But he was so funny.
Yeah,
like,
he's a funny
killed
guy.
It. So he didn't even act. He was a VJ. He was like a host like on MTV.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that he was just Schitt's Creek.
No. So Toronto had like a huge show called like One Girl, Five Gays or something. It was just like gay guys talking with the one girl. And then... But he wasn't on that. He was just a regular VJ. And then all of a sudden he came out with like his other show, and then he did that Christmas movie, and then he just did another movie.
He's great. He's funny.
Yeah, he's really good.
Eugene Levy. Yeah, there's a lot of funny Canadians. And it's like there's more than You would think, and it's kind of upsetting.
Well, man,
I loved that
Jim
all the
Carrey,
people, curveball. I mean, I don't know. I guess I didn't know where.
Mike
he was
Myers.
From. Yeah.
Who's the short little guy? Every party has a pooper. That's why we invite you, George Banks.
Oh yeah.
Polly Shore, not Polly Shore.
No, Polly Shore's here.
Not Polly Shore, but the other Short.
Martin Short.
Martin Short.
Well, there's Shore and Short.
Which one's he?
Pauly Shore is.
I know that.
Like the beach.
Yeah, I know Pauly Shore. Son-in-Law, great movie.
I mean, he's got great movies. I didn't know. I had no idea that Pauly Shore. Well, like I grew up watching Pauly Shore movies.
Yeah,
I had no idea
Biodome,
why. I had no idea why
Son-in-Law.
he was like big.
Oh, yeah.
And then I come out and I didn't know until I started doing stand up that his parents started the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And that's why he's big.
Have you seen his first special?
No.
He actually
I don't think so.
crushes.
Really?
And he was like a hot guy.
Really?
He was like the Southern Cali guy with like an open shirt with abs and like long hair. He'd go down to the beach. He was like an MTV VJ too.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he was like.
Wait, wasn't he?
He did like Spring Break.
Yeah.
MTV stuff.
Okay, I remember those. That was so fun.
So he had his
things.
like special that they got him on, I assume, but he also crushed. And then he kind of did huge on MTV, and then he started doing his movies.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, my first introduction to him was the Goofy movie.
Oh fuck!
He was the Leaning Tower of Cheesa guy.
That's him.
That's it. The Leaning Tower of Cheesa. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that just blew my mind.
That's Pauly Shore.
No, mine's Son-in-Law. I watch that movie like every 2 years at least.
You got Biodome. You got Encino Man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great. But I never knew. I just thought he was whatever, an actor. There's so many stand-up comedians that are
Jury Duty.
Wait, the show or the movie?
The movie.
I haven't seen the movie. I've seen that show though. Great show.
He gets stuck in jury duty, but he's like a loser, so he wants to stay in because he gets a free hotel.
I mean, that's a great premise.
It's actually a good movie.
But I didn't know. There's so many stand-up comedians that I didn't know. There's so many actors that I didn't know started as stand-up comedians. Like
Batman.
yeah, Michael Keaton,
Yeah.
stand-up comedian.
Night at the Improv. His first thing is like that. It's like him and Dave. I think it's probably the same one. Is like he does one, and David Spade I think does one, and David Spade is wearing like Mickey Mouse Disney jeans, like with patches. It's so bad. But he's funny. He used to do like voices and like characters too.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Robin Williams started as a stand-up.
I always wonder like how many of those. That's why like there was so many act outs early on because they were like auditioning for producers.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean they're like, look, I can't act. Here's my act.
I'm probably yeah.
Yeah. Who's that one guy that his Night at the Improv is one of my favorites. I just saw it was who's the tall guy that does the podcast? They go on hikes.
I don't know. Tall guy.
Yeah, he does like cars and stuff like that. But it's not
Jay Leno.
No, it's not Jay.
I saw him driving. Is he Canadian? He seems like he would be a Canadian.
Ooh,
Jay Leno.
no. I don't know where he's from.
He seems Canadian because he's so nice. Every story I've heard about Jay Leno
all the time.
he wears the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
Always. And every story I've heard about Jay Leno is that he's just the nicest guy.
He's been married for like ever too. Same woman. She goes on the
you
road
don't.
with him.
That's rare.
Yeah, they don't have kids. They're just like, no, we just live our life.
Right when COVID started, I went to Best Buy and I picked something up, and so I'm driving back home, and I stopped at a red light, and Jay Leno pulls up right next to me, and I asked to take a picture of him, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, what up, whatever." Yeah. I took a picture of him. So my encounter with Jay Leno, super nice.
Every time I've seen him at the Improv.
Well, he's always at Flappers,
and he pulls up with his Indian like motorcycle or like one of the like.
He's got just legendary cars.
That's a $500,000 bike, I bet. And he's just like, people are like, "Can I get a picture?" He's like, "Yeah, bro."
Yeah. Well, people hated it. Well, apparently people had to there was like a David Letterman team and a Jay Leno team back in the day, and a lot of people picked Letterman. Like comedians were like bitter.
Yeah, he was more like the comic. I think because also he got the show first, and it looked like he took it back from Leno or Letterman.
Maybe, yeah.
So it was like a huge gripe. Dude, that was like at the height of like them fighting for who's.
Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine?
What if they made like $100 million a year or something?
So many people watch that show. Like the late night shows now, 0 people watch.
100%. Like instead of like Instagram and like seeing what's going on in the news, which you can't tell because it changes every 5 seconds.
Yeah,
you like watch their show to hear their joke about it.
Yeah,
like that's what you got.
100%.
Like what are they gonna say about Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah,
What's the bit?
And I mean, they were so good. Like both shows, honestly, were great. But can you imagine like us, like all of our friend group, like a couple people getting late night shows, and we're all like so angry at them.
Yeah, and that was like right after the strike and stuff at the store.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Like because it's kind of like a million times different now.
Yeah,
like that wouldn't really happen. Like if somebody's getting a late night show, it's somebody that's already huge.
Well, Taylor Tomlinson just got it,
which is badass. Yeah. I love that. Like her commercials.
I'm shocked by it, but she's hilarious. Yeah.
She's so young.
San Diego-ish area.
Is that where she's from?
She's from Temecula, I think.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, she's like right, like I think there's like kind of a very Christian kind of community beside Temecula. There's like Temecula's got a couple like weird people from there. Like it's Taylor Tomlinson and maybe Jake Shields, but someone like that who's like a UFC.
Wow,
champion.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. I was like looking at their page trying to figure out.
The Diaz brothers are from.
No, they're from Stockton.
I knew they're from California.
Stockton, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love the Diaz brothers.
No, they're great. They're hilarious.
They got screwed so bad for like marketing because like they made them out to be like these 2 gang-banging drug addicts when they could have just said, look at these 2 vegetarian, holistic, alternative health people.
Absolutely.
They smoke weed, do Ironman triathlons. Both are vegan.
They could have, but they could have gone 2 ways.
I know. They
picked one.
They could have been like, these guys grew up from the very tough neighborhood slums, single mother, both vegetarian. They do alternative health care because they don't believe in pharmaceuticals. But instead, they were like, nah, they're drug addicts from the hood.
Well, they have
and
like
then they barred them.
It's the attitude that they got. Like they have,
sure.
They've got. They don't help themselves.
Well, Nick Diaz would walk out to the ring wearing jeans,
exactly,
and like an Echo hoodie.
They don't mark Echo.
Oh man, yeah. But imagine how mad you'd be when like Nick got like when he fought GSP. He lost, I think, $200,000 fine and couldn't fight for another 1.5 years to make any money back. And then now Sugar Sean is making $3 million on his strain of weed that the UFC helps promote.
I know, it's crazy.
He's like, bro, that was like 5 years ago. I got banned.
He got well, I mean, it wasn't legal. He did it at the wrong time.
Or you could market it as he paved the way.
Oh yeah. Young Rosa Parks, if you will.
If you will. True. Maybe the little Caesars guy will come by his apartment for him too.
But yeah, I mean, back to SNL. So I thought like that's what I was thinking about. So Shane Gillis he's hosting like in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, and they're about TMZ is already trying to take him down.
How badass! I've been saying this. So okay, so back to the whole Second City.
This is what I think Shane should do. He should
not show up.
No, he should show up and have the best set ever, but do it with an Asian accent. Don't you think that would crush?
Like his opening monologue is, oh my God, how good would that be? Bowen Yang.
He just goes, I'm Shane Gillis, but in an Asian accent. And then you just see them be like, oh God.
Oh, I want that to happen, and then another camera like just cutting to Bowen Yang, just to see his reactions.
Well, think about like before he got canceled. I mean, Louis C.K.'s special, his opening monologue was one of the darkest humors you could do.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, that's all Louis C.K.
But he instead of doing it on his special where you could do whatever you want, he was like, I'm gonna do it for the monologue for SNL.
But see, I love that because I'm sure the SNL people while he was doing it were like, "Oh my God, we are yikes!"
No, go watch it and watch specifically. I think he's like, I don't know if he's not the piano guy. He's like one of the strings guys. He's like a black guy with long dreads. Watch him in the background, selecting which jokes to laugh to and not laugh to.
Oh, really? He's
still laughing because it's funny, but he's like, I want to get in trouble for like laughing at this. So he's kind of like playing it off. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, he's just sitting there, like, trying to, like, keep his job in the background.
And he definitely thinks everything's hilarious.
Oh, for sure. He was laughing out loud.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, my God, you're going to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, give me cut off
It's
my
like
face.
Bill Burr. I mean, Bill Burr's monologue when he like right when I think it was right when COVID started. His monologue was amazing. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But like the crowd, like they hated it. Every news report or every like review was like, "Wow, Bill Burr being such a jerk." It was like to women.
Yeah.
Because he to white women it was because he said it was so good though. Just to rile he just riled everybody up, and that's what he. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. That's why I don't even look at any of those reviews.
I love to read them just to get angry. I love to read them just to be like, wow. That's why I watch SNL. Like I'll watch SNL just to be like, how do they possibly think this is funny? It's unbelievable.
I don't watch SNL at all.
And I
still like it. I just don't watch TV.
I give them I'll watch it, and if something is funny, like I'll give them the credit. But it's rare.
The two they're what are those two guys? The news one where they're just roasting each other.
Colin Jost and Michael Che.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah, they're funny. Yeah, they're good.
But they kind of go all in, and it's funny.
But they're great. Mm-hmm. What's his name is hosting the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Who is?
Colin Jost.
I didn't know he was the head writer for years.
Oh yeah, he is.
Because he looks young.
Oh yeah, he looks way younger than he is. I think he's like 40. I would guess 44.
I can see that.
SNL, the biggest lull in SNL was when Seth Meyers was the head writer. That was when it was just the least funny guy.
He was the head writer
for 15 years. Maybe 15 is too high, but for a long time, for way too long of a time. Yeah.
Could you imagine how horribly stressful that would be?
Being the head writer
for 15 years. You're always on the pedal. You can never be like, I'm hungover today. I'm not coming in. Yeah. Fine, someone else will take your job. You're like, never mind, I'll be there.
Yeah, exactly. He was funny when he was a cast member, but then I think he became the head writer in 2008. I want to say.
I've heard that they have to decide. Do you want to still be the main guy, or do you want to be the head writer, or do you want
it's? I think they made it to be if you're anchoring the what do they call it? The news. The
daily news, weekly news.
Weekly update, weekend update, weekend update.
We got there, folks.
So if you're hosting the weekend update, then that's a head writer spot,
right?
So that's why Colin Jost.
But I mean, Norm did it, and he was never the head writer. I don't think.
No, I think it's.
Could you imagine if they let him be a head writer?
Oh well, SNL would be so funny.
Yeah, that would have been.
It would have been the best. It would have been the best.
It would have been on
ever.
YouTube,
on Rumble. It would have been the best SNL ever. God, Norm was so funny.
Did you ever hear that story of him? They've talked about it a couple times, but it's how the two things he had on his wall. One was I can't remember what one was, but the other one was a letter asking him not to come to Iowa State or something college. He was supposed to be at there was two shows in the middle of nowhere in the Midwest. I think it was Iowa area or something. And it was an SNL type thing. So it was all the Brewer, Norm, and a bunch of the cast. And he was the last guy to go. He was the headliner.
Yeah.
And it was marketed as a family-friendly event. And then apparently he goes up and his first thing is just so the thing about bestiality is that. And he's you just see droves of moms standing up with their kids and walking them out. And he walked 60% of the room up, and he wouldn't stop. He was just no, the thing is about bestiality. And these moms what? This is a family show. And then so the next day they sent him a letter being you can't come to our thing.
Wow.
and so
really?
he was proud of it. And so he puts it on his wall at SNL.
That's amazing. That's so funny.
Yeah, they've talked about it. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I love that. Well, I mean, I've seen The View, his appearance on The View.
You're going to get the murder out of the cat.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I'm dying. The whole thing. It's so... they clearly are just shut up. And he was and
sure.
like every one of these hosts is like they're trying to just change the subject at any cost, and he will not.
You can tell he was playing poker all night, and he's just chewing his gum. It's like falling out of his mouth. He's like, "Nah, you got to get the homicide,
the homicide out of the White House."
Martha Stewart's like, "Would you shut up? He's like, "I know." He's just playing dumb like he doesn't know.
God. He's like, what? And then his phone. Yeah. Oh my God.
He's like, I guess you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm just saying homicide.
Oh, he's so good. He was so funny.
Yeah, I love him.
I
You know why? He played the perfect of like he is the quintessential. He's the boy at the back of the class saying the thing you're not supposed to say.
100%.
And the teacher's like, if you say it one more time, I'm expelling you. And he's like. Penis. he's like still gonna say it.
Absolutely. And the whole class dies.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the teacher's laughing too, but like you can't.
Yeah.
You're the authority.
100%. My brother's a teacher. He'll say those things.
It's like the guy in the string section.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care, but like you can't do it.
You can't. Like it is funny. I get it. But
that'd be so hard to be a teacher doing that. Because you're like, if you say that and you now do it out of defiance, I have to make an example of you.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I respect you for doing it.
100%. Like it's impossible. I was just listening to Kill Tony, and one of the was it Kill Tony? It was something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this guy was a teacher. Oh yeah, it was Kill Tony. This guy was a teacher, and he said like the craziest thing that's happened was that some student faked Tourette's for a year. And
that's good.
And the teacher was like, he had Tourette's. He grew up having Tourette's, so he like felt for this kid. So he like really went to bat for this kid, and like
this kid did his homework on the teacher. Yeah. He was like in 4th grade, looking ahead, being like, "What do I need to do to get under his skin?" He's like doing his like protocol. It's like a roast battle. He's like figuring out.
And he like the teacher was like always going to bat for this kid. Like he was like every other teacher was like, oh, he's the worst. But no, this one guy, he's like,
if you fake Tourette's, you could bully anybody because you could like all the things I want to say that's socially unacceptable. I just yell it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, sorry.
He said the things that like some of his ticks were like, Michelle has big titties.
That's what I'm saying. You're just saying honest things.
Yeah. But the teacher's like, okay, he's got Tourette's. Like I have Tourette's. Like I get it. He's got ticks. And he found out like a year later.
It's like it's weird because Timmy has Tourette's, but it's very objectively honest
and pretty funny.
Yeah, how is it so accurate? Dude, my testing teacher at my school, it was the funniest things ever. The 2 things we used to do. Did you guys ever do this? So people used to throw erasers. So we had a French teacher, and whenever she would turn around to hit the board, everyone would just huck erasers across at each other.
Oh, at each other.
Like
I thought you were going to whip it at her.
And then she'd turn around and everyone was out. And then she'd turn around and everyone would huck them. That was one thing. And then the other thing was a friend of mine. He was like an absolute insane person. His dad would come in. If he got in trouble, his dad would come in and yell at the principal for like disciplining his kid. So he knew he had them like wherever he wanted.
Oh my God.
So one day he was like 10 minutes before recess. He goes, can I go to the bathroom? And the teacher's like, no, like you've been a problem this whole class. I know you're lying. You can't go to the bathroom.
No way.
So
I know.
He literally comes up to us and he's like, should I just pee my pants?
No.
And we're just like, yeah, go for it.
Of course.
And he literally just goes like this. And it just starts running down his leg. He pees all over himself. And then he's like, look what you made me do. You did this. And we're just like, and then the recess bell rings and he's like this, like walking down the hall covered in, and it's like, yeah, I guess you won that argument with the teacher, but at what cost?
Exactly.
Because the whole school just saw you army man down the hall.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
Covered in piss.
What does this guy do now?
You have to move away for deaths, I think, but.
Good. What a piece of shit this guy is.
Just pissed himself in the class.
What happened? What was did the teacher get in trouble? Oh, what a piece of shit.
No, this is.
Good.
I mean, this is before teachers could get in trouble. Like,
Yeah.
you could do whatever you want back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like my parents. Like my
Actually,
dad.
same teacher.
Oh, poor teacher.
No, he was going through some stuff. Same teacher. He used to like if you were good, you could eat mints in class. I don't know why mints.
Mints?
He chose mints.
Because you guys stunk.
So yeah, baby. He's like, y'all got halitosis. He had his tray of mints in his desk. Right.
Okay.
One day he was gone for a day. Comes back. The mints are all gone. He lost his mind. He goes, "Who the hell stole it?" Throws the mints against the chalkboard. It breaks into a million pieces. Just loses his mind. And then someone reminds him that the substitute teacher that came in to cover for him yesterday was his wife, and she ate his mints.
Oh, this poor guy. That he was going through it. You're right.
He's like blaming these like 12-year-olds and having a mental breakdown. I was like, your wife stole your candy. Bro.
Okay, but in his defense, it does sound like something a kid would do.
For sure.
Kids are the
100%.
worst.
Yeah.
When we were like, there were things that we did like, how, like how.
Mm-hmm.
I got in trouble for everything though.
I got in trouble for my smirk a lot.
You do have a smirk, like a hateable smirk. But
Yeah,
that's just like your face.
It is my face.
Like,
Do you know how many times I've been in trouble for my face? They're like, I could tell. I'm like, what?
yeah, you just like have a happy demeanor looking face.
I daydream a lot. And people think I'm laughing at them or like I don't like them or something. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm watching old people fall. And they're like getting mad. They're like, you think you walk in here smiling like you own this place? And I'm like, oh, circus in my head. I'm not even thinking about that at all.
Yeah, you do have that face.
On more than one occasion, I've had teachers go, wipe that smirk off your face and yell at me. And I'm like, it just makes me smile more. What do you... They don't make me stop smiling.
Yeah, of course.
Your anger.
Yeah, you're not a frowny
I find
guy.
it funny.
You're not a frowny guy. Yeah, we did used to slap erasers on people's backs.
Yeah.
Do people use chalk anymore? Do they use chalk still, or is it all dry erase?
I think they have like touch boards now. It's like all.
It's all this world.
It's a Tom Cruise movie is what.
Yeah.
It's all. I don't know what's going on anymore. People are
Cruise.
AI.
I just read an article about what's the guy American Psycho, Christian Bale.
Oh, Christian Bale. How he has a Toyota
So he
Tacoma. I
I
just saw it on the
did.
I don't know why that's going on the algorithm.
I did actually just read
Christian
about that.
Bale's
too.
truck.
Yeah, and he's had it for years.
Like he's trying to leave Hollywood. They're like just tracking him down, taking him, watching him pump gas. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Oh, because people are nuts. Well, what I was going to say is that he based his character in American Psycho off of Tom Cruise because he met Tom Cruise one time and he was like, he had a very smiley face, but there was like nothing behind the eyes. It was like dead, and it was like it's a creepy.
He's very calculated for sure.
Oh, I mean that's why he is where he is.
You forget how like many. What I'm most impressed by is watching his like rise. If you watch old Tom Cruise from like when he was like a young guy, and you're like, oh, you like got every role you went out for in Hollywood, like Outsiders, that football movie, like One Something Move.
Jerry Maguire.
That's like even later though.
Oh yeah,
when he was like the young guy.
Oh yeah. Wait,
like when he was still like a teen going into early 20s.
I just watched The Outsiders. Great movie.
Yeah. Oh, he was in it. He's like the dum-dum with his crooked tooth in it.
Yeah.
Wearing his like Mickey Mouse shirt.
Yeah.
What is it? 2-Bit, I think is his name.
Uh-huh.
And then he plays like the varsity guy. And then he plays Risky Business. Like all those movies, you're like, oh, just like bang, bang, bang. And then it's like, all right, now I'm just doing Mission Impossible movies for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got clearly. See, I think there's something like there's certain people that have something like, and I don't even know what to call it, like what it is, but it's like something that like Michael Jordan has in his head, or like Tom Brady has like in it, like.
I think it's called
all you do is
sociopathy.
Hey, maybe I mean you are a doctor,
I don't
know. But you know, like there's something like, like you're like you will not lose ever. Like you make sure you won't lose. Like Tom Brady still has, or I mean Tom Cruise still has it.
That's the problem. That's why every boxer has to get knocked out really badly. Because they get to the point they're like, I should retire right now, but I could still do it. And then it's like someone has to be like, no.
Floyd Mayweather has it coming so hard.
He's not going to fight again. He's not fighting again.
Isn't he? I thought him and Manny Pacquiao just booked a fight.
I mean, if they want, but it's going to be like two geriatrics throwing their chairs at each other.
But they're both going to make $1 billion.
That's right. Of course. That's the hardest part is like if you get to the level of boxing fame and then they go, you should stop. And you're like, okay, but if I do it one more time, I get 15 million. That's another house if I want.
Yeah. And it's going to be more.
How hard is that
it's
to be
going to
like,
be more than 50 million.
What if I just sit on the ropes for a little bit?
That's all Floyd Mayweather does. God.
I mean, he's so good, though.
Did you see his? He posted yesterday. He's getting a box for the Super Bowl. Did you see that?
Why are people taking pictures of their checks now?
Because it's Floyd Money Mayweather.
I know, but come on. I just want you to know how much I paid in taxes.
He paid in taxes. Yeah, it was like $18 million.
Well,
I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna write a check for $18 million.
Or maybe he's just trying to.
It's not gonna clear, but
or maybe he's just trying to prove like he's not Wesley Snipes or something. He's like, listen, guys, I'm paying it.
I
paid in full.
Yeah, that's his proof.
Meanwhile, he's got some like hidden off in the Canary Islands or something.
Oh yeah, we'll never hear from him again.
No, 100%. There's no way he's full up paying his taxes because he's got a company. That's why, right? He's a producer. He doesn't make any money. His
Is it really?
Yeah.
His whatever. His LLC.
The production owns all his money, and then he lets him have a taste.
Money Mayweather
takes it out when he wants.
It's crazy. I mean, okay, what you were saying, like Mike Tyson never got knocked out, really, either. And he said that he was scared when he was like in interviews. He's like, I'm scared to go into the ring, but I'm not scared that I'm gonna get knocked out. I'm scared that I'm gonna kill the other guy.
Yeah,
like that's insane. That is.
Dude, just watch his old.
Oh, he was an animal.
Not only that, when you hear him talk now, he's like, yeah, at the height of my career, so I'm making $100 million a year. I'm the face of Nike and everything else. He was sneaking off to go to the hood to rob old women for like $50. What are you doing?
I mean, he's got that thing in his head. I don't know what it is, but you gotta.
Like you're robbing people,
yeah,
who could shoot you because
Also, who's gonna fight back? It's Mike Tyson. Like the one time that guy in the plane deserved it. The guy who just was annoying. Yeah. He tried to sue him, but he's not.
For sure, that happens all the time. Like it's like I don't know if you had that. Like in high school, I had so many buddies who like they fought all the time.
Oh yeah, we would always fight.
A lot of times they were like
so stupid.
It's because one of my buddies was a 6'3", so people would see that and they're like, "I'm going to challenge him." Yeah. If I win, I'm the cool guy here. So you see some idiot sees Tyson at an airport and they're like, "I'm going to mess with him now," and then it's like, it's still Mike Tyson.
It's literally Mike
if he decides
Tyson.
to punch you in the face,
and he did.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. That's not a good person to pick a fight with.
No, you tried to have a confrontation with someone who's learned
he will
to
murder
be very
you.
good at confrontation.
He will murder you.
Yeah.
With one punch.
Yeah. What part of his face tattoo thought he makes good decisions?
Right? It's unbelievable.
Oh, he probably follows social cues.
It's unbelievable. That's God, Mike Tyson, animal. I watched the
his podcast.
Evander
so
Holyfield. I watched the Evander Holyfield and Tyson fight live. And I remember, I was a kid. My parents were like, "All right, we got to turn this off. He's gonna swear and stuff in the post interview."
Yeah,
but his pod. I don't know. I have OJ Simpson's Twitter though.
Or also when did you see they interviewed him with what's his name, that old guy?
They're all old now.
I know, but he was always on CNN with the like map in the background. He like interviews Holyfield and Tyson. And he's like, "So Mike, why did you do it?" And he's like, "I said I was sorry."
His voice is
he goes, "I said I was sorry." What do you want me? He's like got no answer. He's just like, "I just did it."
His voice.
But other boxers came to his defense in that too. They were like, Holyfield's kind of a dirty fighter, and he's known for headbutting. And if you watch the fight, he does drop him almost 3 times with dirty headbutts.
Really?
Yeah. And then he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this anymore."
And Tyson just
and
went
I think that's what happens when you have like, he's like a kid, right? Like in his head.
Yeah.
And he's just like so frustrated. We have a tantrum.
Yeah, because you can't get what
Yeah.
you want. You're like,
So that's what he did. But he doesn't have an answer for it.
He couldn't get what he wants.
I love him.
Gotta love the guy. I mean, he's so lovable now. He was so hateable back then.
Yeah, but that's because people didn't understand that like he cares for these pigeons.
His voice.
He's got like 3 million pigeons on the top of a stoop in New York.
Why?
He's just robbing old women down here, but up here he's like petting these pigeons and giving them little.
He doesn't make any sense.
He does not at all.
His voice doesn't fit him at all, which is hilarious about him. Hey guy, like, he sounds like Michael Jackson, and he's just not.
That's a child's voice. He's trapped there, probably.
Who, Jackson or Tyson?
Both. Probably, to be honest. Anyone named Michael.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, no, he's great. I love him. It's funny, interesting when he was talking about because he started going back. He did that like exhibition fight, and then he was like, "I can't."
It was a terrible fight,
but he was like, "I can't do it," because he's like, he's such a good, like he has that thing like you were saying, where he's like, if I start down this path, I can't not go all the way to the end.
It's good that he knows about.
So I have to stop.
It's great that he knows that about himself.
Yeah,
like he knows, like I will murder. Like he's just crazy. He's just got a.
That's why I stopped jiu-jitsu. I used to do jiu-jitsu, and I was like, but I get obsessed with it, and I'm like, what's the end point? I just have horrible ears.
UFC. Yeah.
Like I don't care if I'm
UFC
a triple black belt at 50. Who cares?
How far did you get?
Blue. I was close to a purple.
Wait, blue isn't that? Oh, purple. So how's it go? Blue.
It goes white, blue, purple, brown, black.
Oh, so okay.
It's decent. I was decent, but I wasn't great.
Where's yellow fall in?
Is
that just karate?
That's karate. That karate.
Sorry, I watch a lot of Cobra Kai.
I never watched that.
Oh, great show. Fantastic.
And that's from Karate Kid, right?
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
Do you know where it's filmed? Sun. Go Matadors.
Okay.
It is.
Cal.
I did the gym at Cal State North.
Oh, really?
That's where I did. I used to cover there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's just it's a fun show. It's because you love the Karate Kid. Everybody loved the Karate Kid. You saw the Karate Kid, right? Yeah. Of course. Everybody loves the Karate Kid, and Daniel-san is your guy.
Do you know how many split kicks I've thrown in my life? Because that stupid show.
What I love about Cobra Kai is that you love Johnny's the guy.
Yeah.
You're rooting for Johnny.
Yeah.
Instead, like Daniel's kind of the bad guy. Like he's not a bad guy, but he's like
that's the best. That was one of the best storylines in any TV show. Was How I Met Your Mother, when what's his name, the gay guy,
Barney.
When Barney is like obsessed with the bad guy, but thinks he's the good guy.
Yeah,
and he's like, no, he's the one that got screwed over. This guy's the bad guy. Like, just the idea of doing that is so funny.
100%.
And then for his birthday, they bring the other guy, and he's like so mad.
Oh, that was they squashed the beef.
Yeah.
And they bury the hatchet.
Yeah, they bring the real Karate Kid, and he's like, I hate this guy.
Yeah,
I hate this guy. He's the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Karate Kid's great. And they film it like right all up in like Sherman Oaks. Like I know the streets. Mm-hmm. There's so many things. They're like song references that I had no idea that were all like
100%.
LA. And I moved out here. I'm like, oh, down Sunset Boulevard, Tom Petty.
When you're driving, you see the it's like the gutters where they film Grease when they're.
Oh yeah.
And I was like driving. I was like, wait, Grease Lightning? What?
You just broke into dance.
Danny Zuko?
Love Danny. I mean, that's one of my go-to karaoke songs, but I have to have a partner.
Yeah, true.
Summer Nights.
Nothing's more lonely than being drunk alone, singing Summer Nights at a karaoke bar by yourself.
Singing both sides.
Tell me more.
Did you get... See, I can sing both sides, so it's whatever side you want.
But that's like, you know what's funny is that's kind of like Michigan when you live there and you realize there's so many references to things that are just cities. Like Pontiac is just a town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cadillac is a town. Like these are just, you're like
100%.
You just named a freaking car after the stupid.
It's a great name though. Cadillac way better than Pontiac.
Pontiac's not great. That's where Madonna's from.
She's from Pontiac, Michigan.
Yeah.
She's from Michigan.
Just from the not a great part of Michigan, Pontiac.
Yeah, well, she's not the best from. I can't. Madonna is.
I was a member of her dad's winery.
Really?
Scone Winery. It's closing down, but
is he still around?
Not great wine, but Great winery. It's a cool place.
Is he still around now? He's got to be like.
I don't know actually.
Well,
That's a good
she's
question.
like 80.
I mean, that's just the injections, but I don't know what age she is, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was his winery. He owned it. Shed went up north.
I love Material Girl. I mean, they're like I love Madonna songs, but
What's that? Was that a universal thing or just in my town?
what Material Girl?
No. What's that slow song she does where it's like an ain't?
Vogue.
No. There's like ain't. There's like
Like a Virgin.
No.
I think the Candles one.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be Like a Virgin.
No, it's not. It is.
You had it.
No. It's like it's like in a church and there's like candles going. That every girl I knew in high school was like, "This is the greatest song of all time," and it played all the time.
Really?
Every pregame,
I don't know.
every party.
I don't know. It's got to. I mean, it sounds like
It's
a
not
Virgin,
like a
but I
Virgin.
don't know.
It's 100% not. I don't know.
She does hate church and God, though.
It's 'cause she grew up-
She's not up there in my favorite. What are your three favorite? You're from Michigan.
Yeah.
What are your three favorite Michiganders? I'll give you mine. If you want mine first.
3 favorite Michiganders.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tim Allen,
Oh yeah.
Derek Jeter,
Jeter's from Michigan.
Kid Rock. Yeah, Derek Jeter's from Kalamazoo.
Okay, I can see that. There's a lot of people you don't like. Tony Ferguson's from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
He's from like Lansing or something. Tim Allen goes up there. I love
Tim Allen rules.
the fact that Tim Allen went to prison. Prison.
Yeah, for Coke.
Trafficking cocaine that he was duped into doing by feds. Like they gave it to him. He sold it. And then now he became all around from like your problem enemy number one to he's the voice of Michigan.
Nothing's as pure.
Yeah,
as Michigan.
if you go to Canada,
Yeah.
that's on our radio station all the time. Come to Michigan. Some of the best pristine. Come golf in Michigan.
The dunes, golf.
Yeah.
The commercials should start like,
Yeah. So he's doing
I
that
love that show, Home Improvement.
Oh yeah.
But no, come on.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, bro.
JTT?
You know how long I had a fucking bowl cut for? Too long. Thanks.
Well, because they looked so cool in them.
Also, I just watched that movie Coming Home for Christmas or Promise I Come
I'll
Home.
be home for Christmas.
That's actually a really good movie.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Tim Allen. I don't know any of the Michigan people, to be honest.
I mean, Eminem's not up there for me. Like I used to love him, but like now he's like 50 and like
Gilda Radner.
oh, she's from Michigan. I thought she was Canadian actually.
Gilda Radner, SNL. No, she has a comedy festival up in Traverse City, I think, which I love. Traverse City. It's one of the best wine places.
Big wino over here.
I did like one. I mean, Magic Johnson's up there. He's pretty good.
He's from Michigan?
Yeah, he's from Lansing. He went to MSU.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess. I would have never guessed that though.
But then I'm trying to think of who else would be. I mean, Ford's kind of from there, is he?
Yeah, but he's not up there. I could live without a car. Honestly, it'd be probably better.
But Kid Rock's album.
Oh, Kid Rock, easy. Love Ba with the Ba.
You got all of Motown. I'm trying to think. I would have said he got in a lot of trouble. Mateen Cleaves was like one of my idols.
Who's
growing up.
that?
He was MSU's point guard when they won the championship. Like, he was the ultimate NCAA moment. Like MSU finals, neck and neck. He rolls his ankle, goes out. He has to go to the locker room. They tape him up. He comes running through the tunnel, goes back in, wins the game. For
And
them.
you know, like when he runs through the tunnel, you know.
And when you're a short point guard,
Yeah.
for me, he was the point guard. I was like, oh, that's the dream.
that's the best.
D1, win the championships over adversity.
One shining moment.
And then he screwed it up later in life. But
Brutal. I mean, happens to the best of them.
isn't
Unfortunately.
what's his name? Tom Brady? I don't know if he's from Michigan, but he
played him. No, he's
U of
from
M.
California. He's from he's from Santa Clara, I think. Or
Santa Clarita.
No, he's from by San Francisco.
This is Santa Clarita.
I want to say no. Santa Clarita is like an hour away.
Does it rhyme
He's from,
with
I
Santa
want to say
Clarita?
Santa Clara
Oh yeah, it could be.
or Santa Barbara. It's not, he's by San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grew up there. Went to Michigan. Just stud.
I'm trying to think of who
There's a lot of people from Michigan.
who's your top 3 Chicagoans? Chicagoans.
I mean, you gotta go. Me.
Tommy boy.
You got to go me.
He's like my mom, my father, and my grandmother. They're my favorite.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I've never thought about my top favorite Chicagoans. Really,
I know until you said that. I was like, I never even thought of who's from Michigan.
I never thought about that. But you got to
Also,
go. Bill Murray's up there for sure.
Oh, he's from Chicago.
No, yeah, he went to my high school.
What's his name's also from Michigan, who's also awesome and still lives there near Bloomfield. Is the Jim Carrey's co-star in Dumb and Dumber?
Oh, Jeff Daniels. That's right. He did.
He's from Bloomfield.
There was a whole thing about like how he hated Hollywood and he was like, I don't want to raise my kids.
No, he comes back to Michigan all the time.
Yeah, he didn't want to raise his kids in Hollywood, so he's like he moved back.
And another one is Uncle Joey. Cut It Out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he still goes to one night stands every once. He's like friends with the owners.
By the way, those two people you just said are very similar looking.
Yeah, they're very Midwest.
Yeah.
Whiteies.
Jeff Daniels and whatever his name is, Uncle Joey.
Yeah, there's somebody you see at the farmer's market.
Cut it out.
Yeah,
and everybody.
And he dated Alanis Morissette.
Oh my god, I love her.
Have you heard that song? Do you know that's about
Which one? Ironic.
What's the one? Dun, 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 where she has that whole.
Sounds like "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen.
No, she has that song where she describes going down on somebody in a movie theater. And then he breaks up with her.
I actually do know what you're talking about. I don't know the song.
That's about him.
It's about it. Wow.
She went down on him in a movie theater, and then he like just
wait. Joey or Harry?
No,
or no Lloyd.
Uncle,
no Harry.
Uncle Joey.
Or Uncle Joe.
She dated him for a while when he was out here, and then she went down in a movie theater apparently, and then he like was a dick and just like left her. So she wrote this whole song about him, and it's like #1 on the charts.
That I do know. I know what song you're talking
Go
about.
listen to the lyrics, and then you're like, I didn't know these were the lyrics.
This is all
at
Uncle
all.
Joey.
Yeah, and he was the fun one.
Another great show. Home Improvement, full like '90s had some of the best shows. Cheers. I know Cheers started in the '80s, but
yeah,
Seinfeld is my favorite show ever. What's your favorite show ever? Oh, my favorite Chicagoans. I'm still thinking, but.
SNL. No. A favorite? Seinfeld's up there.
Seinfeld's my #1. I fall asleep to it every night.
I've seen 2 shows through. How I Met Your Mother, probably top 5, and Suits.
Do you want to take a break? You want to make another drink?
Let's do a break. It's a very young.
Wait, so you hosted Mike's?
Yeah. What do you mean? At
You hosted open? No. In general.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I do something.
Where at?
Here?
Yeah.
I have a Badger mostly. That's kind of it.
Oh yeah,
to be
nice.
honest. Nowhere else will take me.
Well, Badger's the best.
I've reached out to places. I go, I'll do whatever you want for free, and they're like,
really?
They want people that are like, if I call you right now, you come.
That's what happened last night at Badger. Actually.
I know, and I that's why I've what's her name? Violet. I'm like, if you message me and you're stuck, let me know. I'll try. Like I live down the street.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes I say no. So I said no to her like 5 times in a row, and then finally I was like, all right, I'll fucking just do it.
Yeah.
But like other places,
it's fun to host.
If you message me at 2 PM, I'm not coming.
I think hosting is so. Do you like it?
Sometimes, yeah.
I think it's so fun. Like I love, like I'll just play a music.
I like hosting.
I play a song for like whatever. Like if somebody says
my phone never does.
It doesn't play.
No.
What? What do you got? An iPhone 1?
I did have an iPhone 6S forever.
6?
Have you started again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I used to have a iPhone 6S for ever, whenever that came out, and then I just got the new phone, like just because it was.
So you had a 6 for like
ever because I don't like the non-cord headphones.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was gonna wait them out, and
I thought they were gonna come back.
I lost. I was like, this is a one and done. There's no way these stupid.
Do you have AirPods though? Now?
No, I don't get AirPods. I have Bose. No, is it Bose? No, I have the Beats by Dre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Aftermath. Chicka chick.
Yeah. Do you like them though?
They're all right. I don't like.
I love that there's no wire.
I don't. I hate it. One, I lose them.
Why? What do you got? What conspiracy theory? What conspiracy theory?
I don't want the radiation going into my brain.
Really?
I don't want.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Is that true?
I don't know. I just don't like it. Not like this cord doesn't also give me radiation. It probably does.
He is a doctor.
I just don't trust it.
Okay, so is Bluetooth radiation? Like it's it's something.
I haven't looked into it, but I don't like the idea of just because I can't see it doesn't mean it's harmful. not harmful.
I mean, yeah, true. I mean, I literally never thought. I mean, you're not supposed to sleep with your phone next.
No,
to
I
your
don't use a
head.
microwave. My phone is way away
So
from where I
okay,
sleep.
let's get more into this. So you're kind of a freak.
I have OCD.
You're kind of a freak.
I have to sleep with the doors closed because it's bad feng shui.
Do you really?
Yeah, 100%.
Really? Yeah. See, well, I mean, I guess I used to sleep with the door closed, but then the dog. Now when I'm home, my dog, well, he sleeps in the bed with me, but then he wants to like roam the house, so I leave the door open.
I can't have an animal in the room with me.
Really?
They'll kill you.
I mean, they are animals.
I need.
At the end of the day,
it's not
they
like
are animals.
I'm ready to defend myself at all time until I'm locked in a room.
So if there is a dog on the bed, you will not sleep.
No, I will, but I'll be uncomfortable.
He'll be like on high alert.
Like I want a door closed and locked, and then I can be like,
okay? So in your apartment right now, when you go to bed, you lock the door.
mm-mm. But if I'm in a new place, I'll put like something in front of the door so that I can hear that.
What?
And I'll be ready to.
So like in a
out.
hotel room,
I'll lock. Oh, I'll double, triple lock.
triple lock, and then what do you move like the TV stand in front of the door? Or what?
If the guy in the front is like sketchy looking, then I will.
Wow, this is okay. Where did this begin?
I don't know. I have a lot of those OCD things. Like I chew,
When you were in college, like your first
I chew
door?
on both sides of my mouth equal amount of times. Otherwise, I'm worried one side will wear down quicker. Like if I'm eating,
like how many chews?
like if I'm eating sunflower seeds, I'll do.
Oh, like
I'll do 5 in a row, and then I'll do 5 in a row.
Wow, you are an absolute maniac. Okay, when you turn off the lights, do you have like?
No,
is
I don't
there-
do any of that stuff. No lights.
Okay, I mean that's kind of nuts. How often do you chew sunflower seeds?
I stop. I go through bouts.
So you're off
I
right.
love
You're
sunflowers.
off right now.
Do you ever? This never works as a joke, but you ever? I never realized how gross sunflower seeds was.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Until one time I was with a girl that I was dating, and I guess I was comfortable enough where I just I took like a used Gatorade bottle from the recycling bin and just sat down. I was like,
Yeah. See,
and then I just saw her face go, like so mad. I was like, oh yeah, that is.
see. I totally understand that. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I used sunflower. I used my
Love
baseball. Sunflower
Oh, yeah,
seeds are the
great.
best.
I go to camp and I just spit
And
them all
then,
everywhere.
so I did that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Gatorade bottles. By the way, are the cream of the crop for spitters.
Wide open.
They're by far the best.
Great volume.
You could reuse it.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
And they don't let out the smell when they're in your car for like 17 days
Exactly.
in the heat.
See, as a former dipper and sunflower seed chewer,
I will say I know my grossness, but dip, as a guy who grew up in a small hockey town, is so gross. When you see,
yeah, it's nasty.
when you go to a house party and guys are holding 2 beers because one's for their spit,
One's a
for
spitter.
and you're like, God.
It's okay. So I have taken a sip.
Yeah, no, they always forget.
It's like the worst. And I know it's my spit, but like
Yeah.
it's horrible. Like okay, my own spit out of
course.
my mouth. My spit in my mouth is fine, but my
That is a weird thing.
spit out of my mouth is the grossest thing ever.
Isn't that weird?
It's like hair off of a head. Like if you see hair on the floor, like that's not attached to a head. It's like clumps of hair.
That's a very
Somebody
odd.
gets a haircut in the bathroom.
Like if you just right now, no problem. If I spit directly up into my own mouth,
See
I'd gag.
that would be badass. If you
But it'd be
if you do
gross.
that, if you
even
do,
though it's the same thing.
isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Hair off a head. I was talking about this yesterday. My cousin got a haircut in his bathroom, and like right after the haircut, I just had to go to the bathroom. So it was before they cleaned up, and I walk in the bathroom. I almost puked everywhere. It was
Really?
hair on the
That's
like
your weirdness.
clumps of hair on.
Oh,
the
that doesn't
floor.
bother me at
It's
all.
So nasty.
That stuff doesn't bother me. Although the only thing I really hate is like, I cannot like when they're like, "Do you want like product in your hair when you get your hair cut?"
Never do.
I'm like, no, I'm going straight to the shower because I'm not
Exactly
a
because
psychopath.
there's hair everywhere.
No, it
you got to go
itches
right to
and
the
it gets
hair.
in your shirt. I'm
Yeah.
like everything I'm wearing right now, I'm throwing in the wash.
Yeah, see, that's
And I'm
not
immediately
weird.
going to the shower.
I always wear bad clothes to go get a haircut because I know I'm gonna, I'm
I
gonna
think every
change.
hairdresser should have a hose in the alley behind it, and they just hose you down after.
Well, they have the shampoo six.
Nobody does that.
But I'm not paying.
go to the
that.
high-end
Who's
place like
paying
that?
No, they have them. I go to Floyd's. I go to Floyd's 99. They give you the back massage. Is the most awkward thing of all
I go
time.
to a Hispanic place in the valley.
hospital.
I go to a Hispanic place in the desert where they don't know how to use scissors and they all use clippers.
They only use clippers.
Bro,
So
last time I got mine, it was an app. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get my hair done.
That's horrible.
An hour and 10 of it was the fade. I walked out, my ear was on fuego. My neck and my ear, I was like, bro, like, do I have a rash on half of my face? He wouldn't stop doing it. I was like,
was it perfect though? Like at the end of the day, after all that time, it wasn't even
it was
the
all
perfect
right.
haircut.
It was all right.
How much? How much it cost?
No, it's okay. It's not expensive. That's why I go back. I'm like,
That's why you go back.
It's not bad, but they literally spend an hour and 10 minutes fading, and then the top of it, they go, all right, you're done.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, 2 snips up top. Haircuts are the most. I hate getting them, and I hate paying for them. They feel like they should be free.
Yeah, that's why I wear a hat 90% of the time.
Because
I'm like, I'm good for 2 weeks, and then I'm like, I don't want to go back.
I don't want to.
It's so much time out of my life.
I don't want to sit there
That's
and
it.
talk and like. It's always about music. When I go get a haircut at Floyd's, like they're playing jams. They do play great songs there. So like I always get into a music conversation. Like this last one.
You're the
like,
talking guy. Nobody
weeks
talks
ago.
to me. I just sit there and I just get my
Everybody
haircut.
talks to me. It's so horrible, and I don't want to at all. Just don't tell me. Just don't talk to me. Everybody, every barber talks to me. I have a face that looks like you want to talk to me, I guess.
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's so brutal. Like you got smirky face. I guess I want to talk to you. It's
What's your opinion face?
my what?
What's your opinion face?
My opinion.
How do you feel about this?
I try to keep. I try to not let people know any of my opinions.
You're a liar.
But no, this last one, she actually talked about interesting things. But she was talking about football, and I was like, okay, because it was like 2 weeks ago. Like we're talking about the Super Bowl, and
Yeah.
but it was like, okay, enough's enough. I just cut my hair because the time that she's not like she'll be cutting, and she'll cut when I talk, and then when I stop and she's responding, then she'll take the clippers up and like hold them in the air and be like, yeah, because I was thinking the same thing, and like this could be clipping time.
You ever like try to adjust your head before they ask you, and you think you're like a good boy?
Yes, but then
You're
they always yell at me.
And you're like,
Yeah, you
like-
put your head to the side.
I know what you wanted.
Always. But then they say no.
Actually, like people pleasing. You're like,
They're like, oh, actually no, tilt it down.
yeah. They're like, actually, you messed
I
up.
never do it right, but I do always try to if they're on this side, I'm always then like no, tilt it back. Actually, keep your head straight.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Like, stop.
I
moving
can
your
never win at this
damn head.
this place. Never win.
You're just like,
But yeah, I go to Floyd's 99. It's $38.
where's this? Where is this?
It's like a chain of hair cutteries.
Oh, really? Is that what they're called? Hair cutteries?
I believe so. I go to the one on Melrose.
Can you book?
I book
Or
it.
do you just walk
I
in?
book it the morning that I'm gonna go.
See, everywhere I go, you have to book like 2 weeks in. Like, you got to book while you're getting your haircut. You go, I'm going to book for the next one
No,
in 6 weeks.
No.
Or you go in and then you're like, I don't know who's cutting my hair.
See, I do. That's what I do. I go
Yeah, but
with
then
the
you get
anyone
who's
route.
ever the worst.
I go with the anyone route.
But they're the worst one because nobody wants to go to them. They're not booked for the day.
Well, I mean, okay, if I don't like it, then my hair will grow back in a week. I'll be fine. Like I go the anyone route because I don't care that much. Like I'm getting the same thing over and over. Like just figure it out. I like when I get a dude because dude knows dude hair.
You know who's gone to a barber.
Yeah.
I've gone to the same guy 4 times in a row, and he's cut my hair completely different 4 times in a row for the same haircut.
Okay, so you should just go to anyone. You should just go to Floyd's and go to anyone.
I'm like, are you just making this up as you go?
He's winging it.
Just like, what the
Yeah, he totally forgot who you were.
Every time he does it completely. I go, like, the same as last time. He goes, okay. And then he just does it completely different.
Like,
I'm just like, damn it.
I never know what to say. I don't know how to get it haircut. I don't know what I want. I
just
show them.
apologize the whole time.
I show them a picture of Zayn Malik from One Direction.
That's fine. I will show pictures. If it's new, I'm like, kind of like this. Like, okay.
Yeah. I never know what to say. Like a 2 and then the 3 and then
That's the stupidest thing ever. Is like that they ask you specific things as if I went to barber school.
like yeah, I have no
You
idea.
want a 0.5 or I'm like, I don't.
I always tell them
That's
that,
like someone coming into me as a doctor and they go, do you want a 3.0 or a 4.0 suture? I'm like, I don't know.
Give me the 5-0.
You're like,
What's a suture?
huh? Like, why would I know that?
Just
they
asking me
stuff about
give me one of the sutures.
They're asking me about their barber stuff. I'm like, I don't. Just don't mess up.
What's one of the hardest cases that you've ever had to doct?
I don't know. Hardest case?
I don't know. I don't really know what kind of doctor you are.
I do family and sports med. I don't know hardest. Psychopaths are weird sometimes. I've had people be like, I am a psychopath. I'm like, oh.
Okay, so what does that have to do? What do you do? Are you doing knee surgery? What?
No, I do injections. Or just family
roids. Okay, what's family stuff?
Oh, like your primary care.
Oh, yeah? Like a physical?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Cup the nuts.
General stuff.
Cough.
And then if you need a referral, I'll give a referral. Or I'll do shoulder injections, knee injections, ultrasounds.
That's great. So what's your end goal docting?
Don't have an end goal.
Be a comedian?
Just try to help people. I want world peace and love.
I mean, who doesn't? You had me at hello. That's why we're friends.
You had me at hello. No, I would love to do MMA kind of fighting sports.
Okay.
Medicine.
Well, I was gonna say like be the doctor for the Lakers or like.
No, that stuff sucks. That used to be my goal until I worked with people who like the Lions and Detroit and all that stuff. I've worked with all of them, and I'm like, that's the worst because you got to travel with them. So some of these guys literally will go like Saturday night, fly with Detroit Lions to wherever, North Carolina, fly back Sunday night, get in at 1 a.m., go home, sleep, wake up by 6 a.m., go back to work.
Oh God!
And it's like, oh, this sounds.
Because they work way more than the players.
It's not even work. It's just you're on call. You just got to be there.
Yeah, they have to be. Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, but you still got to go back to your clinic because you're not really getting paid for those.
So all those doctors have their own like practices on the side.
This is the. It's weird. Like you're just there because that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that's how it used to be. Like if you just get connections where now it's like Kaiser buys the contract with the LA Lakers. So Kaiser gives them $10 million to put their name on the side of LA Lakers or whoever is. Yeah. I don't know who's with Kaiser right now.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be the sports guy at Kaiser, you're now their guy.
Oh, that's how that works.
And I get to put that in my resume, and you think I'm the guy that treats
it is badass.
LeBron James.
It is badass.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, and it's fine for some. Like in Canada, there's certain people that like they'll do the Jays or whoever people, but like you don't have to travel the team, so it's only for home games.
Oh,
so
that's
great.
Amazing.
Cool, go do that. It sucks if you got a family and you're like trying to travel with everyone.
Yeah.
I would rather
you have no time.
I'd rather be like a bunch of Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu gyms that are like, when you want to come, just come. I'll hook you up.
Well, how would that work then? So like you just are the doctor.
They're just preparing for like when I was in Australia, like when I was at a Thai boxing gym, like the fighters were getting ready for a fight, and like he would bring them like a week or two before just see like prep them up, and then I'd see him a couple days after.
Okay.
Like stuff like that. But otherwise, yeah, just see whoever I see.
I mean, that would be cool. That would be badass.
Yeah. Most of my patients are Hispanic. None of them speak English. It's cool.
Really?
Yeah, you ever been yelled at through a translator? It's pretty fun. It's so funny.
Wait, okay, does the
they just started yelling at you, but they're like actually yelling at my friend.
Is the translator like does he emphasize?
No, it's fun. It's hilarious.
So he gets screamed at. Yeah. He's like, I am very upset with the treatment that you've given me.
And then they're like, she's angry. Like, there's no way they said that. There was more words than that.
There's no way that she said, I'm angry.
Yeah. It's so funny because it just calms it down. Like nothing you yell at me for is gonna.
That's actually nice.
Is gonna come through me.
That's just, so nice.
Yeah, it's so chill. It's so fun.
What do you get screamed at about?
Give me my opiates or my Xanax or whatever.
Yeah.
Or weird stuff.
Like they want it, or you gave too many?
Want it? No, I don't.
Oh, they want it. And you're like, no.
Or people be like, I fell at Walmart. Give me this MRI so I can sue somebody. And you're like,
no.
I'm not a part of this.
Yeah, no. I agree.
But even then, it's fun. Yeah, that's cool. Just regular medicine. family, chill.
That's fun. And your hours are fine.
8 to 5.
I mean, you can still do comedy with your hours.
8 to 5.
Are you still down in? Weren't you down somewhere like Long Beach or something?
No, I was in the valley for a little bit, but no, yeah, driving around.
Good. That rules.
Yeah, it's good. Live here, drive around.
I know you moved like 2 blocks away from me now, and I love that.
Down the street,
That's why we rage at the pig bar.
Yeah,
because there's not many doctors.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, there are a lot of doctors, but there's not many doctors on, that are comedians. Other than Doctor, what's his name?
Hangover?
No, Nitrous MD.
Oh yeah, he's good. Well, the guy from The Hangover is one, and
Ken Jeong.
King Jung. He used to actually work for Kaiser. He said that in his last special. Do you know who's also a doctor? Who I actually met his wife or ex-wife? I don't know. Friend. He's from Michigan. Is the guy that used to run American Warrior or whatever? You know the host?
American Gladiator or whatever.
You know American Warrior? Where they run through the obstacle?
Yeah.
American Ninja Warrior or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay, yes.
The host guy? I think he's a doctor from Michigan who is a comic. He's like a really good stand-up comic.
Really?
So I think unless I'm messing up him and Cash Cab guy, but I think it's him. That apparently
Cash Cab guy. No,
then he moved out to LA and was like just doing comedy.
Ben Bailey? Ben Bailey's not a doctor.
No, I don't think so, but he's a good stand-up comic. Apparently.
He was funny.
No, I think the Ninja Warrior guy. He was a former doctor, and then he just...
See, that's what I was saying earlier. There's so many people... Okay, there's so many people that you would have no idea that they were stand-up comedians.
There's a lot of lawyers. Quietly.
That are comedians?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Luke Walls. He was a loud lawyer.
But he didn't really talk about it that much.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. I guess.
His family law. But, really? Yeah. There are I've met a lot of lawyers that are, like, trying it out. Like, not a lot of lawyers, like, keep it going, I feel like.
Yeah, that's probably true. They take classes for public speaking because it helps their job.
Yeah, it helps their trials.
If you go to a lot of improv classes or stand-up classes, you'll meet a lot of lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're all like, I'm trying to work on...
Especially, see, I haven't done any of those in LA, and it's probably so different. Like in Chicago, I don't know what anybody did really. Like, but everybody was younger. True. Like there were a couple older people, and by older I mean like 33, 35. And when I did it, I was like 24, 25, something like that.
I think when I took my class, like as much as people like shit on classes or hate on them, mine was as good as it could be. My crew was like, some of them I still talk to this day.
I love that. I love to hear that because I love it so much.
Yeah, we used to, like before class, there was a bar next door. We would go eat and have drinks, and we would like shoot bits off each other and like call each other out on stuff. But people said whatever they wanted to say. People talk smack. They just
that's perfect.
Whatever. And then we had like other people who were like, we had one guy who was like really high up, like I think nuclear engineer, but he's like Russian.
What?
And his girlfriend was like, she want me to socialize, like learn speak English.
Wow.
So we had like a weird mix of everyone, and everyone was just like fun.
That's perfect.
Fun. Yeah.
See, that's the way it is. I had a great experience too, like that. Like everybody was so great, and like that's why I love it.
Yeah, it was fun.
And like seeing good improv is so good.
So I will say, as much as like I don't like it, because I'm the guy at the back of the class that wants to make fun of it.
Yes.
Like when I see people,
no, you just gotta delve in.
Bro, you're crying.
Yeah, no, you can't be such a hater,
dude. I took one. Did I ever tell you? So in high school, you have to take French to grade 10 in Canada. That's
I mean,
part of the law.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you take to grade 10, and then I did good in French. I had like an A class, help for my blah blah, and I was like, I'm dropping this. I don't want this. And my mom was like, what? Because my parents are from Quebec. They're like, you gotta learn French. It's so important.
Oui.
And then I'm like, no, I'm gonna take drama, and it's so much easier. All the dum-dums are in this class. I'm going to take drama. That was my selling to my mom. I was like, I'm going to get a way better mark. And so my average would be better. And they're like, fine. I got 20% worse in drama.
Really?
Yeah. Because literally, like, if someone would start crying in class, I'd start laughing.
Wow, you're a dick.
Because it made me uncomfortable. And when I get uncomfortable, I laugh.
You're
Like, I'll be doing bench press, and if it hurts, I start laughing.
Well, oh yeah, because you're like awkwardly like.
I just laugh.
I can't do this.
Pain, I laugh. Awkward, I laugh. So when like I'd see someone would be like crying on the, I'm like, I just started laughing.
You don't want to see the vulnerable side of you, I guess, or you don't want other people to.
And
see.
then I got a bad mark. My worst mark I ever got was in drama because we had to do.
That's crazy.
What are the monologues?
Yeah.
So you had to be in a group of monologues. My group was me and two other guys. One of the guys didn't write his monologue, so I wrote it for him.
You had to write your own monologue.
So I wrote my monologue, which was like pretty much, that was my first probably stand-up. Like, it made it funny because I was like, I'm not going to give some stupid thing. Then I wrote his monologue for him because he wouldn't do it. And then the other guy did his. The one guy stands up, couldn't memorize it, so he wrote it in a book and read it for him. This kid got better than me. I got in trouble and docked marks because the third kid stands up and goes, I have stage fright. And then just ducks under a podium and hides for the rest of our
what a dick
play. And you just hear me in the background going, I'm like,
you should be failed for that.
Bro, you said I'm scared and just hide.
Poor guy.
As if nobody else in the class knew you were behind the box.
Yeah, right? What's he doing? Was he trying to be funny, or was he just? I think he's serious.
I think he just panicked and hid. I'm like, we're all in the same class. We're all in the same high school.
You also all know each other, like, well.
Exactly.
Like, what?
So I was just like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I got a bad mark, and I was like, I wrote 2/3 of this play. I did mine normally and memorized it. This kid read off the page, and this kid hid and cried.
Yeah, but you were a dick.
And I got the worst mark.
But you were the dick.
I was like, get the hell out of here.
You were the dick. You were the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a theater, I majored in theater, and I'm offended.
Why can't you laugh at it?
I mean, you can. You should be able to. You can do whatever you want in drama, in theater. Like,
that's the thing in theater, I feel like. If you're going to be like, if you just want to hide whatever you want to hide, just say I'm a performance artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kicked him in the face. It's art.
It's all art. It's all, I mean, see, that's where, like, sometimes I was like, okay, there's enough's enough.
Yeah.
like there's performing, and then there's like, okay, what you're doing is, I can't think of specific, like,
I knew one person in my class, up to this day, they didn't prepare anything. I in my head, I can't tell if they were just like, this is going to be the most intellectual, deep, cool thing ever. Or
guarantee they thought that.
Probably.
Guarantee.
And we all laid on a floor, and they go, it was like a relaxation thing. And they're like, imagine a circle. You are going through the circle. Now there's a square. You have become a dolphin. And then the sun. And I'm just like, how do you not laugh after 10 minutes of this? I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, what you just said is why I don't want to start doing improv again. That's what they had to start off with. You turn off all the lights and you lay on the floor in a circle, and then everybody tells a story together. I don't need to do that again. And it's the worst story ever.
Tom,
like,
just know you're a square.
I am not a square.
And now you're becoming a hexagon.
A dolphin? I'd rather be a dolphin, if anything.
That's true.
I don't want to be a square. A circle's cool. A dolphin's cool. A square, an L7 weenie? I'm not doing that.
I'm not no square. I'm from Chicago.
Exactly. You get it. I love that Shane Gillis is. I love the best. Like, I think I said it before, but like the best thing that ever happened to him was getting fired by SNL.
Yeah,
because if he was just on SNL, he would be he'd just be one of those SNL people that you'd never hear from again, and that's it. Like, once he's done with SNL, then that's it.
He may or may not. He would be, I would guess, not to go full circle, he would be the Norm Macdonald in the background, awkwardly not understanding how to react.
Exactly, and he's like,
and his sketches are way better, anyways.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
Gillian Keeves, so funny. He's so funny.
The problem with that, though, is when people hear that, they go, "Oh, cancel culture doesn't exist," and you're like, "Well, his life did horrendously bad for 7
I can't even imagine.
for 7 years.
Can you
or
imagine?
5 years?
Can you
or whatever.
imagine the feeling that you get? You get hired by SNL. They hire you, and you're so pumped. You're like, this is your goal. Like, this is your dream.
Oh yeah.
SNL. You get hired by them.
Wasn't it like 2 days though?
To be
it was
a
like
cast
3
member.
days turnaround.
Literally, I think it was 3 days.
Yeah.
You get hired, your dream job. 3 days later.
Imagine that hangover for Gills. You're like, I drank for 3 days straight celebrating, and then you're like, I'm gonna take today off.
Yeah.
Also, you're fired. You're like,
God damn it.
I need some Pedialyte.
Now I need some more Bud Light.
Yeah.
Like,
And now they're hard. They're coming back hard.
okay. Also,
Gillis is the face.
he's their face now. Again, Shane,
So is UFC.
I'm telling you. The
he's
best thing that ever happened to him was getting fired by SNL.
It was, but not everyone gets back to that place.
That's true.
That's the problem.
But it was. I mean, he's so good. He's just so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
He's just a great guy. Like he's just a good personality, good person. Like he's just a funny guy.
There's a funny thing of like, are you good at stand up and are you good at podcasting? He's good at both.
He's just, yeah, exactly.
He's a good
He's just a good guy. He's hilarious guy. He's very smart. You know, he went to West Point. He almost played football at West Point.
Yeah.
He's huge.
I don't know how big he is.
He's like 6'4", so he was going to play offensive line at West Point.
Yeah,
And then he dropped out, I think. Something like that.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
he's great. Like he's so funny.
yeah, like Shane.
And like good, and that means like sometimes good things happen to good people. Like now he's back. And all the like
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know the person in his life, but like the whole thing is like, a good comic is like, you have morals. You'll stand up for something, but you'll also say anything to get the laugh.
Of course. I mean, yeah, if you think it's funny, you're going to say it.
But at the same time, you're like, if just because everyone's going with it, you're like, whoa, let's talk the opposite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a comedian, you have to. That's the job. That's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And no, he's crushing, and I love that he's crushing.
Yeah, same. No, he's great. Who are your top comics
Right now? I mean, I love Sebastian.
or ever?
Ever. Okay, so the people that got me. So I don't know. It's like a sliding scale because the people that I started watching when I was young, when comedy wasn't even in my mind.
Yeah.
That I just was like, oh, they're hilarious. I mean, Mitch Hedberg, my uncle showed me this. He's got the CDs of Mitch Hedberg just being absolute Canadian, another Canadian.
Who?
Mitch Hedberg.
No, he's not.
Is he not?
No.
Oh, no, actually, he's not. But I know him from the JFO.
Yeah, that video went crazy.
Because it was so good. He was bombing so hard. And then he just turns it around. So good.
Yeah.
Dane Cook. Dane Cook was so big.
Yeah.
He was
Obviously.
like
Also, his movies, as much as people hated him, his movies aren't bad.
they're not terrible.
That
was
like
like
that
employee
box,
of the month?
It's a good movie.
It's not. I wouldn't say.
What's
good.
funny is
It's
like
funny.
but at the time, right? When you look at what was it like? What's the Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson reality show?
Oh,
Newlyweds or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Just imagine, you're like, all right, we're gonna make a movie about Costco, starring Dane Cook and Jessica Simpson. You're like, that's just haterade all over. You're like,
yes,
I want to hate everything about
exactly. Well, I mean, there's both such polarizing people.
Yeah.
It is so easy.
And Dax Shepard is like the villain.
Of course, he's
from Detroit.
Is he from Detroit?
Yeah.
Dax. He is hilarious guy.
He's like white trash Detroit, I think, from what he says on his podcast.
But yeah, Dane Cook is so. I could see both ways. Like I loved him, but he is so hateable too. I could see why people hate him.
He's a comic I watched to learn from, in the sense that like
He's such a good storyteller.
No, I was gonna say I don't understand any of it.
You don't?
No, I watched his whole special of him murdering, and I know so many people that think he's their favorite. Like all the girls I grew up with in high school were like,
yeah.
And I go, I don't get any of it.
I'm on those.
But I'm also
side.
objectively going, he's killing.
I'm on those
Like,
girls' side.
I'm like, he's murdering.
He was so funny. It might have been the delivery. It might have been. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I go, I'm not. I understand that, but I go, I don't get the connection of like the words being said and the laughter being said. So I see that. So you got to watch it and then go, okay, well then how's this work?
Well, it's like his body. Well, I guess same thing with Sebastian, because like it's all about like how you move, like how like he's like I got like how you move.
It's improv-y, like you act out whatever.
You're moving. You're like,
I don't understand that.
Like just the way they say it. I guess
I get it, but I don't
like it's like I mean also same thing with Mitch Hedberg. Like all three of those guys. It's all about.
But Mitch is opposite.
If anybody
if you saw what Mitch said in written, you'd still laugh.
I mean, not maybe if you saw it written.
Yeah,
but but what I was saying is if I said what Mitch what any of those guys said, like if I just repeated word for word what they said and like did it my own way, it would not even be even close.
I would say everyone for Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch
is
his delivery.
They're formulaic though, and they're very like it's logical based.
Yes.
So you go bop. Here's the joke.
Yeah.
Like you get,
but it's also the way that he is. Like if me or you said any of those jokes, it would just.
But that's the difference from a joke to like he's a legend.
It's like
But the jokes I watch and you go, I get it.
Yeah.
The other ones I watch and I go, I don't get it.
Yeah,
but I have to like learn from it.
Well, it's a funny. It's just funny how he delivers. I guess my first tweet ever was a Mitch Hedberg joke. I think it's my only. I've only tweeted once.
I've never tweeted anything.
And it was is a hippopotamus, or is it just a really cool hippopotamus? Like
that's what I'm saying.
See, like you barely laughed, but you knew that it was Mitch saying it. Like I just repeated what he said.
I love Mitch, and then I like
he's so funny.
But I never again. I came. There was like a 10-year gap of me not caring.
Yeah,
and then I was at the gym, just listening to his album
so
about
good.
club sandwiches and like Twistle toothpicks, and I was like dying laughing. And like his personal trainer was trying to train somebody. She's like looking at me like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Come on."
I mean, he's so.
Like being part of the club.
I'm not a member, man. It's all his delivery. So it's just how he is. Also, he had huge stage fright.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he wore glasses and like...
He was also on heroin.
And why he was on heroin. It's what he died, you know?
Yeah.
Went out on top. He was so goddamn funny.
Yeah, it's great.
He seems like a Canadian, too, actually. Like, honestly.
He's married to... I forgot his wife. His wife's a female comic too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
By female comic, I just mean comic. But she's good. She's apparently a headliner. She used to open up for
why do you gotta preface comic by saying female?
She used to open up for my other favorite, Doug Stanhope.
Oh, love Stanhope. He's fantastic.
She was like he is like good friends with I think his wife or former wife or whatever.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He also used to live in which is crazy, the Chelsea Hotel.
Did he really?
He might have died there, but like was there for a while. He lived in the Chelsea Hotel before they stopped allowing you to live there long term.
Wow.
Because he was like a poet, right? Like Leonard Cohen, who's my favorite.
He kind of is.
Leonard Cohen lived there, like all these like artists. So that was the thing. Like you move to New York, you get a room at the Chelsea, and you like become a writer. You
stay there.
And that was like his thing.
That's badass. Yeah. I love that. I mean, he lived that. Yeah. He is like he's a wordsmith, and he knows.
So, like his wife, I think, used to kind of like Joe List's wife. Like she'd open up for him sometime, or Stanhope, or she'd do her own stuff, other wills.
Wow, that'd be nice.
I guess.
I would marry Eliza Schlesinger right now. Just to open for her.
You heard it, Eliza. You can open up for Tom Kelly anytime you want.
No, I would open for her.
I like how in this situation you're the wife.
Oh yeah, I'll be her wife. Whatever she wants.
She's married now, isn't she?
I don't know.
She's got a kid on the way. She's pregnant.
Oh really? Nice.
I saw pictures. She's like 6 or 7 months, something like that. I'm making that up on. I think so.
What'd you think of Beef?
I've never watched it.
It's fine.
I can't follow shows.
I'm 100% the same way.
I have like a I'll watch 2 or 3. I'm about episode 5, season 4 or 5 of New Girl. So that's how up to date I am. I think I'm about 15 years behind.
Yeah, that's
on
not a
everybody
new
else.
show.
Yeah.
It is not new at all. It's a fine show though.
Never watched Beef. I do love her movie that she made, Always Be My Maybe. Great movie.
Always Be My Maybe was good. That was fun.
Yeah. Big rom-com.
It was. I love a rom-com.
My favorite. That's all I watch.
All right, we're gonna have to sign off. This is gonna be our ending thing. I think I'm gonna cut whatever I just said.
To rom-coms.
Yeah, I love rom-coms though. What's your number one? Okay, first of all, what season do you like rom-coms most?
Season?
Yeah, and for me, Christmas is my favorite rom-com season.
I mean, Christmas is the best for movies, but it falls good.
Because I love Hallmark movies. I love Hallmark,
So do I.
and I love
Dude.
Lifetime movies.
Dude, I love them.
And like those are the perfect Christmas season because they got the Christmas romance going and the budding romance. They're so fun.
My goal in life, I want to be in a really bad rom-com.
That everybody loves.
No, you can hate it too.
No, but I
I think it'd just be so much fun.
I love rom-coms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So what's your favorite rom-com?
Favorite movie of all time, Harry Met Sally.
Wow. Okay. See, I mean that's.
Then I like
guess
Sleep in
that's fine.
Seattle, Annie Hall.
Okay, we talked about that earlier.
The F Word.
Is
I don't know if
Annie
it's
Hall a
called it.
rom-com? No.
Yeah. It is.
It's a romance and a comedy, but I wouldn't say that it's a
Annie Hall.
I would say it's more calm.
The
than
F Word.
rom.
Is it the F Word here? So it's got different names in different countries.
I don't know.
It's with a Harry Potter guy and the dude from Girls, tall dude.
Oh yeah, it is called the F Word.
Yeah,
It's on Netflix.
great one. The great. I don't know the name of it, and it's gonna be the worst description ever. But one of the best Christmas movies, that the new one on Hulu, the lesbian one, with what's his name, son from Schitt's Creek.
Oh really?
He's
I
like
don't know. I don't
so
know
it's
if I know
him,
this.
Kristen Stewart, the girl from I think The Groundlings. She's like an improv type person, and there's like they're lesbians and they're supposed to like go home, but she doesn't. The family doesn't know that she's gay, so she has to lie. Kristen Stewart has to lie. It's actually one of the funnier like good plot driven.
I get down with that. See, I like. See, I don't need the
Came out
comedy.
like 2 years
though.
ago, 3 years ago, maybe.
I mean, I love the com, but I love Crier. Like, okay, would Love Actually be a rom com? Or is that just
depends
a
if you're the boyfriend getting cheated on or the one trying to get your wife.
I know. I love the sadness.
Yeah, it's
I love. Okay, so also like P.S. I Love You. Seen that?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Oh man,
Great movie.
Talk about a crier.
Yeah, I like that.
That's so sad.
Do you know the movie I really love, rom-com speaking of which, is here's two. The one is the country song. It's like Old Country Boy or something.
Yes.
He like
I've
left
seen
town and he comes. I've watched that movie 35 times.
Cried every time.
It's so good. It's so good. The other one is it's like Christmas Wine Country or something, where like
It sounds very
his mom
familiar.
owns a wine like $1 billion corporation, and they try to buy this wine from this like struggling girl, and he falls in love with her.
This sounds very familiar. Actually,
Okay, fine, great movie. I've seen it more than once. They just released another movie on the same platform. The same guy. The same plot. Like, his mom's a billionaire. He has to go close the deal. He falls in love with her. I'm like, I'm watching it. It took me 3 hours to look it up. I'm like, is this a sequel? Is this a prequel?
No, it's just the same one.
It's the
Different
same movie. They made a year later.
Well, I mean, the scripts are kind of all. That's why I love them, because they have a formula,
But
and they stick.
My
to it.
mom sends me to close a deal for a winery.
They should have picked a different actor. In their like in your defense, they should have picked a different actor.
Yeah.
Because like every single like Hallmark Christmas movie
What the hell?
is the big city girl. She's a big
Yeah.
like marketing executive in New York City, and then
Power
she goes
position. Power.
and then like she has to go on a trip to go see. To go to whatever company that she's representing in the small town, and then she falls in love, but she hates it at first, but then she loves it in the end.
Another one, Serendipity.
Love it.
Very underrated.
Spanglish?
I can't.
No?
No.
Wow. Rough. Well, I love Spanglish.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's because you're half Latino.
Latinx.
I think that movie I watched too young. Like,
Yeah,
I haven't
maybe.
come back to it and watched.
Oh, you'll be back.
Yeah. Do you know what's the best is the Serendipity? What's his name? Ari. His role in that movie is so good.
I can't even remember which one's Ari.
He's the friend.
Oh,
he
yeah.
plays Ari in
Entourage.
yeah, no, he's a comic. But he like
Everybody's a comic.
yeah, no, but he does like actually comedy now. But when he was like the friend that does like the obituary for New York Times or whatever.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, this was like a great role.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I need.
me too.
What do you think about the Notebook? Notebook kind of stinks for me.
I have a bit. I do a whole bit about Notebook. I love the Notebook.
I hate the Notebook.
Noah and Allie. No, I love.
That's your whole bit.
Yeah, no, I like I like it. I like. It's funny also just knowing like that author just wrote from his like childhood. Like so
Okay.
they're all in the South because that's where he grew up.
Yeah. All right, I could see
What's
that.
it? What's it called? What's his name? The guy that wrote the Notebook.
I don't know. Some boring.
No,
guy.
he like kills it in romance novels.
I mean, of course. I mean that movie's so brutal. My favorite part of the movie was
What do you like?
What my favorite part? The whole thing. My favorite. It's so boring and it's so sappy. It's just like it's too sappy of a romance for me. Like I love a good romance, and I like to cry. Like that's a movie that you should like. You're either crying at. It's a very like you're either gonna cry at it or you're gonna hate it.
Listen though,
And I didn't cry. I was not a crier. I was so pumped when they both died because I knew the movie couldn't go on any longer.
but I wrote you every day for a year. I wrote you 365 days.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. P.S. I love you.
And that mom, she just threw it out.
I love that you censored yourself.
She denied him love.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not
And
wrong.
he's over here just breaking bricks in the fucking brickyard.
You're not incorrect.
And Allie's marrying some other guy because he went off to war and he became an officer.
I mean, I get it. P.S. I love you, though. I think that's my number one. What's the last movie you cried at? Mine is definitely P.S. I love you. Or Brian's song.
Mine's probably Lion King. When I was
Cry
like
at the Lion King?
7 years
The cartoon?
When
Wait, when you were 7, you went cried in a
when
movie since you were
Simba's
7?
walking around the dust
Mufasa. Mufasa.
Wait, hold on. You
and Dad's just lying there
You-
because Scar killed him.
haven't cried at
Bro.
a movie since you were 6?
I don't know, probably not.
Oh, dude, I cry at movies frequently. It's pretty embarrassing, actually. Also, like, honestly, the worst thing about crying at movies is that
You like cry porn.
is that you know that people see you crying. Like I'm watching it with somebody, and I'm like, shut up, all right? Like, whatever, you're crying.
It's called
right?
emotional porn, isn't it?
It's
Isn't that what
horrible.
called?
Yeah,
We like purposely
Yeah.
watch things to feel something.
Yeah, I just need to feel something.
That's what happens when you're from Chicago.
Yeah, you need to feel something. You move here, the weather's always the same. You need to feel something.
You're like watching like animals on YouTube, just like helping each other. You're like, "Yeah."
Okay, are you telling me you don't cry at those? Because that's like the sweetest thing of all time.
I like them, but I don't cry.
It's like I don't cry necessarily every time, but like sometimes. P.S. I Love You gets me every time. I gotta go.
I haven't watched it. It's a long movie. It's like 3 hours. It's similar to
so-
Notebook, where like I've watched it.
It's
I know
so
the beats,
good.
but I'm like, I can't commit. To
It's so
3 hours.
good. That one, and then yeah, Love Actually when she gets Joni Mitchell CD instead of the bracelet.
Dude. Sleepless
I mean,
in Seattle is one of the greatest.
I mean, that is a great movie.
When he's like, describe why you liked her, and he's like, it's just a little thing every day. When you add them up, it's perfect. But then also, like, how irresponsible, me and my brother were talking about this, how irresponsible are you that your wife dies and you move your son to that trash house in Seattle where you're, like, on the water, where, like, this kid's going to walk off the dock and drown. And
Yeah.
then this guy
Yeah.
buys a house between a land of water and a highway.
A Land of Water, huh?
We'll be back. An ocean and a highway. Hey, could you try to
not ideal.
Hey, Dad, could you try to lose 2 people in 1 year?
Yeah, not ideal.
No. It's insane. You just lost your wife. You want to kill your kid too?
Yeah.
And Meg Ryan's just standing in the middle of the road until a truck conks? Get out of here.
So you're okay. So you didn't even cry at that. You didn't watch that when you were 6.
I've never been to the top of the Empire State, so that's probably why not.
God, you're so. We're gonna watch. P.S. I love you right now. We're gonna cry together.
This is the next episode.
Because ducks cry together. All right, I think let's put a bow on this.
Hell yeah.
Wow, you got any shows coming up? I know you got your one you're producing.
February 21st. Don't go to the early show. Go to the 9 o'clock show.
Oh, Tony is gonna fight.
Only. Actually, no. Go early. Go to 7.
Go early, stay late.
7 o'clock and then stay to the end.
Yeah,
It's gonna be good. Hotel Cafe.
oh yeah. You got an Insta. What do you got? You got your show Insta, and you got your own.
Yeah, Andrew Cassidy _ but I'm changing that soon because that _ just every time you don't worry about it until someone tells you to say it out or write it in like a submission, and then I'm like,
Yeah. But what are you gonna do?
I'm so mad at it.
Is there another Andrew? There's got to be.
Yeah,
Tough.
there's 2 guys. They're photographers in Ireland that haven't posted in like 4 years.
Let's go find them.
Bro, you want to do a trip to Ireland?
It'll be a nice. We'll make a rom-com on our own. Have you seen Waking Ned Devine?
No, the gay guy that does the ballet or
No,
something?
no.
Isn't that one?
No,
There's
Waking Ned Devine. This guy, whatever. We'll talk about it off the air. By the way, watch Waking Ned Devine, guys. I'm Tom Carlos Kelly. We'll see you soon. Peace.